Example of a building that's almost done. I filmed it earlier and it was not that high up, but here you can see an excellent example of a project in New York that's nearly completed. This is on 5th Avenue and 30th Street. Just a beautiful project. Here's another view from the ground floor. You can see there's a building that has been removed, and it's a good bet these other two buildings here are going to be removed also later on. They're probably just waiting for tenants to move out or tenants to be bought out. You could see this great construction that's here. And I would bet the owners of this building are also the owners of the two brownstones. That's one of the big dilemmas in New York. You have people that are living in buildings, and you have developers who want to put up larger buildings, and the rights of both parties have to be weighed by the city. So that's where your dilemma comes in, where the developer knows the space is very valuable, but the resident of the brownstones, or residents of the brownstones, have nowhere else to go. And they don't want to spend $5,000 or $10,000 a month on an equivalent space on 5th Avenue, so they're forced to wait. Sometimes it's much better for them just to live where they are until they move out, or they move in with their children, rather than get another place. Another view of 277 5th Avenue from the northeast corner of 30th and 5th. You can see the construction is still underway, but they're almost done. Like when you look at the building from the exterior, you can tell they've topped it out. You can see from that up the view, the very top, that they topped it out. But still, a lot of work needs to be done, especially for buildings on 5th Avenue. It's only because a lot of the buyers on 5th Avenue are looking for all the best amenities. And then you can see on the side, there's another construction going on. It's probably the same owners. Usually, these owners in New York City own the same space near their other projects because they know building one large project is increasing the value of the other parcels of land nearby. So they acquire all the land in anticipation of doing their redevelopment projects. And this way, they gain a lot of the value that they, a lot of the increased value due to their projects. See a beautiful ground floor. This is going to be ideal space for any retail establishment. 30th and 5th Avenue, prime space. Though the question these days is retail and on the street, how relevant is it still? It's still very expensive, but in the days of Amazon, in the days of online shopping, it's very questionable how much extra value it is to be on the ground floor. But a physical presence is still needed in order to be relevant, but it's just a question of how much and how expensive your physical presence should be. And again, you can see in the distance another building is going up just a little bit away from this development at 277 5th Avenue. And you can see those other buildings between the major developments and the parking lot. You can bet very soon, next 5, 10, 15 years, those buildings will be gone and another larger development will be there. Looking south on 5th Avenue from 30th and 5th, this is really just to give everyone perspective of where the building is at 277 5th Avenue. A lot of times what happens is people just see pictures of a building, but they don't know where it is or what the neighborhood looks like. So this is just a chance for everyone to see what the neighborhood looks like. And now we're turning to the north to look north on 5th Avenue. And that's what we're doing here. This is north on 5th Avenue. And you can see 5th Avenue is very nice, very developed. So it's a very nice location to be. Looking west on 30th. You can see even more developments going on in the distance. Again, for New York City, that's very, very normal. It's just that everything is always being developed, It's very dense, but people still come here. Businesses still come because it's an ideal place to do business.